So in order to explain a couple things before I begin this review, number one, I'm wearing a jacket because it's getting cold now, so I'm going to start wearing this in pretty much all my reviews till like next April or so. But anyway, that's not the point. We're not talking about my jacket. I want to talk about some reviews. First of all, the reason why I'm reviewing 6ix9ine right now and I'm not reviewing Conway is because I'm actually not ready to listen to the new Conway thing. Everybody's reviewing Conway. And I get to review 6ix9ine, but I haven't been ready to listen to Conway yet. Conway, not because of his. It's not because I'm like not prepared or like I'm not like ready for the energy. It's because I haven't heard Lulu and No One Mourns for the Wicked yet. And I'm really excited to hear a Conway album because I'm just excited for Griselda stuff at this point. They've had such a cool 2020, and I'm excited to hear that. I will review it hopefully this weekend, if not next week. But TattleTales by 6ix9ine dropped last Friday. For me, this has been one of my most, how do I describe it when I say I was thinking about this album when I was thinking albums that would be dropping in September before they were announced. Like, when there were albums dropping in September, I wasn't really that sure of what I was excited for or not. Obviously, I was excited for Detroit 2, new Joyner Lucas, new Conway, but 6ix9ine is somebody who's dropping that I thought, I just want to hear this. And it's not because I think it'll be any good, because 6ix9ine isn't any good, but I'm just interested to hear what he does for his second album after being in jail and everything. What'll happen this time around? And his previous efforts, I haven't heard Day 69, but I heard Dummy Boy, and I found it grossly boring and repetitive, if I'm being honest. I went into that with the expectation of thinking it would be what I always had heard 6ix9ine as, this, like, the loud, angry guy that you see on Gooba. But what it ended up being actually was just a lot of really terrible, boring, auto-tuned Latin hits, and most of them were absolutely terrible. So by the end of that album, I really did not care for 6ix9ine. But overall, going into this album, there's been months of controversy surrounding 6ix9ine, and he always finds a way to be controversial, and I understand why people find this man controversial. Personally enough, I think calling him the worst rapper out there is a little... It's not really a good title for him. I think the worst rapper is somebody who's totally boring, like Nav, or I don't know, I'm trying to think of something, like Nav or Gunna. I don't think Gunna's in competition for worst, but just those rappers that are just so boring and terrible. 6ix9ine's not that, because a lot of the time he's just this crazy rainbow guy. And when he's that crazy rainbow guy and he does it right, I've actually enjoyed 6ix9ine in the past. But when he tries to be an actual freaking rapper, it is so bad. Like, this man cannot deliver any bars. It is terrible. Across this entire album, I didn't really know what to expect. We already heard 4 of the 13 tracks. We'd heard Gooba, Trollz, Yaya, and Punani. And none of them I was really that big on. I'll get to them later. I did enjoy Trollz, but I didn't really care for really any of them. I didn't go into this with high expectations at all. That's the reason why this is about a week delayed, but I still went into this interested to hear what I'd get. He opens this up, though, with the worst freaking way he could open it up. With Locked Up Part 2, I was wondering when I went into this, wait, where's Locked Up Part 1? Oh, it has Akon. Oh, it's a remix of the classic Locked Up by Akon. It's just a remix. And it's from 6ix9ine's perspective now. It's as terrible as it sounds. I don't understand why 6ix9ine thought we could take him seriously. This song thinks his struggles, like, we're gonna take them very, very seriously. Oh yeah, we feel really bad for you, man. We feel really bad for all your struggles and how, man, you feel like you're always gonna die and everybody's out to get you. That's why you're taunting people in New York right now. Then we have the track Tutu, I don't know how to say. It's another terrible, boring trap Latin hit. I don't know why he decides to make these, because they're never good. They're always the worst. They always have terrible beats. His vocals are always terribly mixed. This is just a bad song. It's so uninteresting and useless. Then we're given Gooba, which was the hit that was released back in April. It's one of the biggest, like, rap songs in the first 24 hours ever. I don't hate this song. Not nearly as much as you'd think I would. This is not a good song by any stretch of the imagination. It's not at all talented in the slightest. But I cannot say I find this an a terrible experience while listening to it. I don't dislike the beat that much. I don't think it's a great beat, but I don't dislike the beat. And I think his insanity on this goes to a point where it's not obnoxious, but it's still just ridiculous fun. It's not a song I particularly like, but I got to admit, I don't find it very boring while listening to it. I do find a couple points of it just obnoxious and annoying, but it's not nearly as bad as some of his other hits. Then we're given Charlie, which is a blend of the Latin style guitars and whatnot and his yelling, and it is not a good blend at all. I don't know why he did this. It is somewhat fun, but it really just came across as totally useless. I don't know why this was chosen. Then we have another big hit, the one that actually had number 1, I think, Trollz. Okay, I'm just scrolling down for a second. With Trollz, I feel like in general, people didn't really care for this single. A lot of people really hated it. And while, yeah, I don't love 6ix9ine auto-tuned, and I think the intro is grossly cringy, I gotta admit, I like this song. I like Trollz. I like it as a song, and I think it is a fun banger. And I think Nicki has a actually kind of great verse on this. This was actually kind of fun. I kind of like the more relaxed, chill vibe across it. I think 6ix9ine actually delivers a kind of catchy hook. It is obnoxious at points, but it is probably the best thing on this whole album. And it's the only thing on here that I physically enjoy from beginning to end. I don't love the intro, but this is not nearly as bad as some of his other songs. This was actually kind of fun. Then we're given Nini, which is better. It's better than some of the other ones, but don't know why it exists. I just really don't have anything to say on this one. I don't know why. I really just don't know why. Then we have the track Punani, which was released, I think, last month. Hated it then, still hate this, honestly. It might be the worst on this whole thing. Maybe Locked Up Part 1, Part 2 is actually probably the worst because that song just generally offends me. This is such a bad song, and it's not because it's like, it's, okay. This is what I think people hear when people say Gooba's terrible. I think this is what they mean. I think this is what they're hearing. They're hearing this. This is obnoxious, and it's so annoying. This is him yelling, and it goes to such an obnoxiously annoying extent. There is some little instance of Gooba that was charming. That charmingness is nowhere to be found on Punani. This is just obnoxious and annoying, and I really hated it from beginning to end. Then we have Yaya. This song, okay. I don't know why 6ix9ine wants to do this too. Maybe he does like Latin music or whatever. But Yaya comes less across like a fun Latin style song. And it is more just, it's just loud to me. It's just annoying to me. Not because of the accent or the language. I just don't think he needs to do this on a freaking rap album. It's not necessary in the slightest. It's such a weird idea, and it is such an annoying track. Then we're given Leah, I don't know, which features Akon, so it's an actual Akon feature. He didn't just rip from a good Akon song and ruin it. This time he actually featured Akon, and I don't really know what this was supposed to be. I mean, I know what it was supposed to be, but I don't really understand why he thought, yeah, I'm going to blend my style with Akon's, because I am very similar to Akon. This is just a mess. And so is Gata. I don't have anything to say on Gata. It's just Gata. It serves so little of a purpose. Then GTL, which has probably one of my favorite beats on the album, but I'm really confused as to why this was mixed in the way it was. This is supposed to be a very depressing song, kind of, where he's on the phone talking to what I believe is supposed to be a woman. But the thing is he doesn't mix it well at all. The way they chose to mix this was make it sound so much like it's on a phone that it actually sounds like it was recorded by a microphone back in like 1940. Like, this sounds so freaking bad, and I don't know why they chose to make it sound this freaking bad. It's not, I mean, yeah, I like the phone call effect, but that doesn't sound good over a song. It just sounds like hilariously bad mixing. And, like, I know it's supposed to sound like a phone call, but it comes more across as just, here, I wanted to do a phone call, but I just went so overboard with bad mixing and bad audio recording that it doesn't even sound like a phone call anymore. It just sounds like a terrible microphone. And this is 6ix9ine. This guy went to number 3 and number 1. Detroit 2 had one single a week before it dropped. And that thing's mixing is in every way better than this album's mixing. Almost all these beats don't actually sound finished. Then we have Ava, or whatever. And it has bad auto-tune, it's a bad line beat, and it's a bad closing. This is a mess. And I mean a mess. I don't know what the goal was on this entire project, but it was lost. I said at the beginning, 6ix9ine could possibly be enjoyable, but not here at all. This was just so bad, and it was just such an unenjoyable experience. And I don't hate 6ix9ine. I just really, okay, I kind of do hate him, but like, this man was only popular back when he was popular because it was this big thing. Like, he got out of jail, this snitch. Didn't we all hate him when now he's blowing up on the charts? You know why this album sold 50 freaking K in its first week? Because this man can do one thing right and then never recopy it. Like, he can never do it again well. I do think he released 2 singles on this that weren't awful, Gooba and Trollz, but it was clear from Yaya and Punani that he just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse to now this album. This album that doesn't even sound finished. An album that is the second album from the man who broke the YouTube record for most views in the first 24 hours, hit number 3, then next single hit number 2, or then hit number 1. He has a number 1 single. And this sounds awful. This mixing is so bad. It sounds like this needed another 2 months to just be finished. This is obnoxious, annoying, messy. This just needed more revision, if anything. It wasn't gonna be good, but this is like in every way worse than Dummy Boy, because he did not know how to freaking mix anything on this or anything order this. It's not like F quality, because I'm not offended by this inherently. And I didn't enjoy Trollz and Gooba. I mean, I didn't love or really even enjoy Gooba. I just kind of had a liking for it. But this is bad, honestly. This was just an unfinished bad album that did not need to be released. And there's a reason why this was predicted to hit 200K and only hit 50K in its first week. I'm going D-. I was actually a little close to F, but I decided this didn't offend me enough to be F quality. But this is bad. This is a bad album. Bad mixing. Nah. This is one of the worst albums I've heard all year. I don't think it's worse than My Turn by Lil Baby, or definitely not Everything's Strange here, so it's not worst album of the year, but it's down there. What do you guys think on TattleTales? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. My next video should be a review of all the albums I listened to last month in August. Sorry, it's taken me actually a while to get to this video. I might not do it for September because I might not have heard enough to 2020 projects by then, and I might just do it once I pick up 9 more projects that I listen to. But I've almost listened to 9 new projects, so I want to talk about them. So once I listen to Lulu by Conway, I will record that video. So what do you guys think on 6ix9ine? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think on this new album? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. Do you think this is the next Illmatic? Bye.